Ever wonder why your dribbles always seem to get dunked? Maybe this looks familiar. While your opponents somehow flick it right as you're gonna challenge. So let's flip the perspective. The thing is that your opponent is seeing you challenging early and is making that direction change right as you're coming in. They're able to control the ball and see you challenge at the same time, and you need to be doing the same. The most important thing about ball control is timing your outplay touch as a defender is coming in or simply playing it around them. So you want to create a bit of space between yourself and the ball so that you can scan the pitch. Or if you can't do that, be wary of where you last saw the opponent so you can roughly predict when you should flick it. So what do we do when we're dribbling? The two ways we're looking to make that outplay as the opponent is challenging is with cuts and with flicks. But here's a simple strategy to start practicing the actual skill of changing the ball's direction as an opponent is challenging you. And this is the most important part of dribbling and ball control. Drive forward with the ball, preferably with ball cam on, but it can be done without. Now slow down a little bit or drive out to the side to create some space so you can see where the players are. Is somebody challenging you? If yeah, then boost and hit the ball off center to redirect it to one of the sides. If not, then take a soft touch forward and repeat the process. And this is not necessarily about scoring, but rather making the dribble an outplay. But of course, you're gonna get into scoring positions from this as well. As you approach the goal area, if nobody's challenged you yet, finish with a driving hook shot. This means driving in from the side of the ball, turning into the ball as you're gonna shoot it. And you don't need to jump. Just preferably use boost so that you can generate more power. Something that helps with doing this is rolling the ball slightly off center from their net, not necessarily toward it. I like to aim for one of the corners when I'm dribbling from my side. But changing the direction isn't just horizontal, it is vertical as well. This is where ball carries come in. To start the ball carry, you gotta turn off your ball cam and make sure the ball is sitting still or rolling toward you. Otherwise, it's really hard to get a touch that pops the ball up and lets you control it and stay on your car. It requires a very advanced touch. Now drive slowly into the ball and then accelerate moderately or pretty sharply to get it onto your hood. You want to stay within the ball's circle that we can see on the ground underneath the ball. This is what determines if the ball will stay on your hood or not, so this is all you gotta worry about for a ball carry. For flicks, roll the ball onto the front of your car, the windshield area. Or if you want to reference the ball circle, only your two front wheels should be in the ball circle. Then flip forward, and this flicks the ball up and in front. The further forward the ball is, usually you get more power forward, but you might lose height. And if the ball is too far back on your car, you might pop it straight up or get no flick at all because it rolls off the back before you can make the flick. For side flicks, you allow it to roll slightly to the side that you want to flick toward by driving to the opposite side within the ball circle. This means the two side wheels should be within the ball circle, but then you flip to that side. We don't need to get into 45-degree flicks yet because you don't need them to get out of the lower rank. We want to focus on what matters, which is the basics and seeing our opponents challenging us. But how do you train ball control? Let's train the most fun part of Rocket League, ball control and dribbling. And we want to spend a lot of time on the ball and get ourselves in a spot to score. And that is what dribbling is all about. So we can definitely train it in free play at a high pace using boosts to push the limits of our control. It might look something like this. But how do we train our ball control for real games, where we have someone challenging us and not getting space, having to catch the ball first from an awkward spot to start the dribble? So here is a drill to help you figure out how to keep possession under the pressure of a real game. Because practicing ball control is about the balance between seeing the opponent and controlling the ball away from them or around them. So let's jump into a private match, loading in a 1v1 against a pro difficulty bot. We're playing out a game here trying to keep possession for the entire duration of the game. And you're not allowed to score kickoff goals here. If the bots get a touch on the ball, it's okay. But if they get more than one consecutive touch, then you've lost, so you gotta restart. We're trying to prevent the bot from getting the ball off us. Scoring is not the main goal, but after you've made an outplay, attempt to make the finish. Catch up to the ball again and try to put it on target before the ball can recover. If you can last an entire game while dribbling the ball and the bot does not get more than one consecutive touch, you're ready to go on to the next difficulty, All-Star. When you can complete this, you move on to 2v2, beginner bots. And now you technically have 3 opponents because your teammate counts as one as well. And the same thing here, if you can keep possession the entire game without the bots collectively getting more than one consecutive touch, so not each one of them separately, but all of them, then you've won and you can move on to the next difficulty. I really recommend you try this. Don't underestimate it just because it's a private game. This is really a way to train how to control the ball with other players impacting your dribble. What are some good examples of ball control? Some examples of good ball control is seeing you have a free touch, noticing the opponents are pushed up, and therefore hitting the ball hard and then chasing it down to play it around them or above them. Or you don't see if you have a free touch, but you know that you can go for it. Driving into it to see if you're gonna get the touch past them, but not jumping or flipping to risk overcommitting. And if you don't get the ball for free, you rotate back. Or seeing that you do have a free touch, noticing the opponents are far back and taking a soft controlled touch and starting a dribble. You see, it's all about adapting to what your opponent is doing. So be aware of them by giving yourself space and looking before sitting behind the ball where you can't see them anymore. So the key to taking control and keeping possession is really about first seeing where the opponents are and then taking a touch that you can reach again and get that follow-up touch before the opponents can challenge you. This makes sure that you are in control and you can always make the beat. Good ball control is any touch that you take that increases your team's chance to score and keeps possession within the team. It's also about putting yourself in a position where you will reach the current ball location faster than other players on the pitch. Down below I've linked a training pack that I've made that helps you take control of the ball. So what are the 3 most useful mechanics in Rocket League? We know that dribbling is a core aspect of the game, but what is the most important thing to spend your time learning? And these are, in my opinion, the 3 most important mechanics in Rocket League. And they might not be as flashy as you'd hope. Turning accurately, which is something that we learn with dribbling. It is the mechanic that allows us to change the direction of the ball and catching it. This is something you should be spending a lot of time in free play, training, and private matches and your real games trying to execute, because being able to turn and change the direction of the ball accurately is the key to playing it around people.
Bye, have a great time.
Second is powerful shots. Getting power on your shots is very important. 3 is basic aerials with ball count. You need to be able to intercept the ball to make saves or to make a beat in front of their net to finish the job. Something you shouldn't be spending your time learning yet is air dribbles, because this puts the wrong focus. It's a way to use a lot of boost to get very little impact at first. You want to be looking for things that are high bang for your buck, very efficient plays, such as shooting straight away, flicking the ball right away, and controlling the ball low while seeing where the opponents are, so that you can drive up to it and change the direction as they're coming in. Focus on learning those 3 basic ball control mechanics if you want to level up your game.